Shantanu, king of Hastinapur, was married to the beautiful Ganga, who was the river goddess in disguise. She agreed to marry him as long as he never questioned her actions. Over the years, they had 7 sons, but Ganga threw each one into the river. Shantanu was distressed by his strange behavior, but he kept his promise. Finally, when their 8th son was born, Shantanu asked his wife who she really was and why she had done this. Ganga revealed herself and told that her children had once been celestial beings but were cursed to become human. She had ended their punishment quickly by drowning them immediately at birth. But since Shantanu had questioned her actions, she left him along with his last son Devrat. Devrat is better known by his later name Bhishma. He receives this name which means of terrible resolve. After vowing never to marry or have children, his father wanted to marry again. But the condition of the marriage was that the second wife would be the mother of a king someday. Honoring his father's wish, Bhishma makes his vow, guaranteeing that neither he nor a son of his will challenge the claim to the throne. Years later, one of the Bhishma's half-brother dies in a battle, and other becomes old enough to marry. On behalf of his half-brother, Bhishma abducts 3 sisters and fights off all their suitors. On returning home, he learns that one of the sisters, Amba, had already chosen a suitor. Bhishma allows her to leave, but her betrothed does not want her anymore. Now abandoned, she returns to Bhishma and demands that he marry her. Ever faithful to his vow, Bhishma refuses. Amba then vows that one day she will kill him, even though the gods have granted Bhishma the power to choose the day of his death. Because of his vow, the importance and power of vows are evident throughout the Mahabharata. Once stated, a vow becomes the truth and must be fulfilled, no matter what else may happen. When his father and both his half-brother dies prematurely without children, Bhishma refuses to marry his stepbrother's widow. He will not relinquish his vow, even though his celibacy make no difference anymore. The young princess must be given children, but who can further father them? There are no other men in the family besides Bhishma, and he has renounced women. So Satyavati, the king's second wife, asks her firstborn son, Vyasa the poet, to give children to the 2 princesses. He goes to them, but the princesses dislike him for as an ascetic who has taken a vow of poverty. He is filthy and smells. He explains to them that they will each bear a son, however the first will be born blind because the first princess closed her eyes when seeing him, and the second will be pale skinned because the second princess become pale at his touch. The blind son is called Dhritarashtra and the pale is Pandu. Vyasa has a third son Vidur by a handmaiden. Since the brother is blind and thus unfit for the throne, Pandu becomes the new king of Hastinapur. One day while hunting in the forest, Pandu shoots a gazelle in the act of meeting. The gazelle was actually a Brahmin priest in disguise who curses him, saying that should the Pandu make love to either of his 2 wives, Kunti and Madri, he will die instantly. Knowing he can never have children, Pandu resigns the throne and goes to live with his wives in the mountains. Kunti, his first wife, informs him that she possesses a magic power by reciting a secret formula. She can invoke a god at will and have a child by him. The mantra's power is put to the test and she gives birth to 3 sons. Yudhishthir, the firstborn, truthful and virtuous, son of the god Dharma; Bhim, the strongest of the men and the son of Vayu, god of wind; and Arjuna, an irresistible warrior, son of Indra. Madri, Pandu's second wife, makes use of this to power too. She has twin sons Nakul and Sahadev. Thanks to his 2 wives, Pandu now has 5 sons directly descended from the gods, the Pandavas, the heroes of the Mahabharata.